I remember the sound of the helicopter, the actual cutting of the blades.
All the nurses and doctors were very focused on getting him onto the helicopter as quickly as possible.
I remember the first thing that I heard when I got into the helicopter was the pilot announced that there were probably an estimated time of arrival of about 11 minutes. And that's really about a 45-minute to 50-minute drive.
When someone has trauma, and that first hour of an accident is so important. It's called the golden hour.
And the Lifeflight was like there. I mean, it wasn't like a 20-minute wait, and they were there.
MetroLifeflight has a history of saving lives. In September 2002, MetroLifeflight reached a milestone, 20 years of service, safely transporting nearly 50,000 patients. We celebrate this gift to our community, and we honor their partners in critical care, the medical staff of MetroHealth Medical Center, and those crews out in the field, the partners who make it possible to save the lives of so many people.
I was on my motorcycle, and a truck, semi-tractor trailer, made a left-hand turn in front of me. I caught the front bumper of the tractor, and it rolled me up underneath the truck. I had trauma to the left side of my body and burns to the right side of my body.
I was playing softball June 8th, and I hit the ball, and I was running around the bases, and I slid into third base, and I went into cardiac arrest. And then the EMS squad came, and then they called Lifeflight.
I decided I was going to take a day to relax while I was watching television, and suddenly my chest started to bother me. It started to get heavy. My left arm got numb, and I realized what was happening right away, even though I wanted to deny it at first.
I'm an electrician. I was working at Sears at Middleburg Heights. I was working on some hot switchgear, and the switchgear exploded. And when it exploded, it threw out a fireball that burnt me on the front and the back, burnt my clothes right off me on the front and back, and obviously my skin.
Well, I'm the chairperson of the Department of Surgery at Metro. I ended up needing Metro Lifeflight services one day because I had a heart attack while I was at home. I knew it was, I was going to get to Metro as quickly as possible, and I was just thrilled that there was a doctor on board, and I recognized all the people. That was very reassuring.
My granddaughter, Alicia, was walking home from school in Parma, and she was hit by a drunk driver. Lifeflight played the life-saving role that it was designed to play to bring Alicia to Metro Hospital. My heart began to race, and it went out of whack, and I just passed out, and I actually died. I stopped breathing. I must have stiffened up because my foot hit the accelerator, is what the witnesses said.
I got to Metro, they took me right into surgery, and here I had had an aneurysm that had burst. And while they were cleaning the blood up from the first one, they found the second one that was getting ready to burst. And they said if that one would have bursted, I would have died.
Every time a helicopter lifts off from MetroHealth Medical Center to go to the scene of a crash or to another hospital, a unique team flies out of here. We have 2 pilots who are responsible for the safety of the aircraft. We have a doctor and a nurse, and they're providing critical care to save people's lives that would ordinarily not be able to be saved.
We do many different kinds of transports, all the way from pediatric to geriatric to cardiac to trauma, bringing that critical care right to the side of the road, right to the patient. The communication specialists are a very special part of the team. That's where the calls come in. Not only do they take those calls, triage those calls, but they follow with the flight team no matter where they're going.
It's being part of a family of professionals who know how to do their job, know how to get the job done as quickly as possible, and still care about the people that we transport. That makes me feel that I am part of the best program in the world, which we are.
It's not a matter of just arriving to the patient, packaging them up, and transporting them to another hospital. As soon as we arrive, we're able to start definitive care for the patient.
If they were to lay another 5 minutes without care, they may not make it, and that 5 minutes can make a difference because you can get an IV in and you can get a central line in and you can hang blood and you can get things done in that very short amount of time, and you can treat them right there at the scene.
It appears like we get the glory many times. However, there's so many more people that are involved with the process of getting a patient well, and it starts with the fire departments, the EMS services.
The technology that we possess on Metro Lifeflight is far advanced. We've been a leader in advancing the technology in the air medical industry. For example, we carry portable ultrasound units with us on all the aircraft, and it gives us that cutting edge that no other program possesses.
I forget that I'm in a helicopter 2,500 feet above the ground. You know where your stuff is. It's just like in your ICU room or your emergency room.
Well, I think there's great comfort in knowing that you're in the fastest, most sophisticated helicopter on the civilian market, moving towards a level of care that's unparalleled anywhere in the world. We truly believe that human life is the greatest gift that anybody could have. We're charged with the responsibility of safeguarding that. We see that as a privilege.
Probably the thing that makes me most proud about working for Metro Lifeflight is working for MetroHealth Medical Center.
They provided me with a comfort knowing that they were taking me to a facility that I was familiar with, knowing what their reputation is.
You never think about the nurses and the doctors and the staff that run a hospital until you have to use it. They're all angels. They saved my life, and they saved a lot of people's lives.
All these people are doing their job to help you, and I can never repay that. And they don't expect to be heroes, but they're my heroes. Without them, you know, things could have been different.
The system does work. I'm living proof of it. The things that they've set up, you know, to have level 1 trauma centers available to people. And people are very fortunate in northeastern Ohio.
I was at Metro for 3 weeks. They were doing testing the whole time, like testing on my heart to see what was wrong with me, and then they decided I needed an implantable defibrillator. So they did that surgery, and then I went home.
We often don't anticipate a critical illness or an accident of any type. It's just not in the picture. It's not on our radar screen. But it still happens, and your life can change in an instant. And that's the one thing that you realize, is that can happen to anybody.
I look at all the people that have come before me in this program and just done phenomenal things for air medical medicine. And I am just honored and humbled to be even able to step into that role and be a part of something so phenomenal as Metro Lifeflight.
Honored and respected as one of the biggest and busiest air transport programs in the country, yet known so well as a caring group of people completely dedicated to saving lives. Metro Lifeflight and MetroHealth Medical Center. How people should be treated.
I see Lifeflight fly over my house many, many times. And every time I look up, I think of them and what they did for me, and now they're carrying that tradition on and doing it for someone else.
And every time I see it, I look up and I say a little prayer for whoever they're helping, because they helped me.
The miracles do happen every day, and I believe I'm an example of that.
Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart, that I greatly appreciate all that they do and all that they can do. And I hope they save many more lives to come.
Thanks for saving my life.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And for all the thousands of people that have been saved, you can ask any of them. And they're a different person. They're a different person for riding that helicopter.